It's here on SpudFM on this Monday morning. Our program, Let's Talk. Of course, if you're a Maritimer, you're a Prince Edward Islander, you know all about Don Messer's medley. And that's Richard Wood. And Richard Wood joins us on the program here this morning. Richard, a happy Easter to you. Thanks for joining the program today.
Yes, happy Easter to you as well, and to everybody. And always a pleasure to be on the show and have a chat.
You know, that particular fiddle song is a great segue into your program because you're having an event again back here in Summerside, and of course it's Richard Wood Live. You're presenting your Fiddle FANDEMONIUM 3. And it's happening on Friday, June the 6th at Center 150 at 150 Industrial Crescent in Summerside. And so a lot of people look forward to this one. How's the buzz for this one?
Well, it's, I'm every year, my wife, Faye, and myself, we are super excited to present this show, and this being the third one. It's just a really unique and different kind of show. It's a chance for every year, depending on who the lineup is, for an audience to get the chance to experience this. And usually it's something that usually doesn't happen because the guests, of course, and everybody that's on the show are off touring and performing elsewhere. So to get this one night and this one opportunity to come together and see this kind of a show is really, really, really special, you know, and especially for us and for myself as well. But this year, with the Fiddle FANDEMONIUM show, the legendary fiddle player Ivan Hicks is coming, Tim Chaisson from the East Pointers, and Melissa Gallant and Karine Gallant, just all incredible fiddlers and unique in their own sense with their own styles, you know, presenting between Acadian and Irish and Scottish music and old-time music, with Brent Chaisson on guitar, Kimberly Holmes and Isla Russo Bridal and Alexis McLaren, both as guest step dancers. And it's really cool because this kind of show also just really gets to, we present it in more of a unique fashion of more of a singer-songwriter kind of style of show. So, you know, it's not just the case of sitting down and playing the fiddle. You really get to hear, you know, each artist talk about, you know, their creative process in how they write their tunes and of course perform their original material. So you really get a sense of, you know, what goes into, you know, each artist, you know, and how they write and what inspires them and et cetera. So really, really cool. And of course throughout the show we also all play together and selections of music of, you know, it could be from a group of Irish tunes to a group of, you know, Scottish tunes to old-time tunes. So it really, really an interesting concept to get everybody together and present it in this fashion, you know.
And it's happening at Center 150, a fully accessible soft seat theater with free parking. And, of course, it is located in the industrial park here. A lot of people haven't been to the theater, but it's the real deal. I mean, you've been there before. It's a great spot.
It is absolutely, and thanks to Kate and Greg Garrett, they just when they came up with the idea, of course, and they both are members of the Center 150 in the church there. The spot itself is absolutely incredible. I remember first walking into it, and I was just, you know, floored with the whole spacing of it and the foyer of it, and going into the actual theater itself with such a beautiful, you know, seating and state-of-the-art sound gear and projection and lighting. It really is quite something to see. And both Fiddle FANDEMONIUM, the original show, and last year Fiddle FANDEMONIUM 2. It was, you know, just amazing sight lines too. Everybody can see. There's not really a bad seat. You got really a good chance to be right there, right in the action, up close and personal. And it's just a wonderful venue. And for, like you said, for parking wise, it's brilliant for that as well. So super excited to be able to be back in that, you know, particular venue and just a wonderful place to see a show for sure.
You know, and it's neat too. You've done a lot of, you and Faye have done a lot of neat things surrounding the show. Also, like I'm going to mention the Holman's ice cream truck is going to be there, and they're offering up the Richard Wood twist, which people will look forward to. I mean, there's an opportunity for you to maybe come to Summerside, stay for a night at the Quality Inn, couple of seats at the show, Brothers 2 gift certificate, for $50, and you're looking at an opportunity for people to put together a package and come and enjoy an evening here. So you've really done some homework here. It looks like it's going to be a really neat evening.
Well, it certainly is. It's again just building off of the success of last year, and each year it just gets more. The word is getting out, and it is a once a year kind of opportunity to present this kind of a show. So yes, by having Holman's and the Quality Inn, Brothers 2, just wonderful partners, and to be able to team up with those businesses, and for this particular show as well, and they've just been phenomenal. Tickets have been going really good for the show so far. So it's really we're really honored and to be able to work with both of them and for this show for sure.
Before I talk a little bit, Richard, about where you've been, where you're going, I do want to. I noticed that, for instance, there's a 50-50, and proceeds from this 50-50 on your side going to the Wood Family Fiddle Scholarship. That's at Holland College. Tell me a little bit about what's this all about.
Well, the scholarship now we had it's to fiddle music to me and to my wife Faye. It's such an important part of the culture and the fabric of Prince Edward Island, and all through the people that I looked up to as a little boy growing up, and it's been so much of PEI, and so it's just one more way of developing the next generation of fiddle players and giving back. So the Fiddle Scholarship actually this year was Sarah Nelson, who's a brilliant young fiddle player who's coming up the line. So it helps the scholarship, of course, helps with pay for their for the instructions and for lessons for the year, and to a young student, the dedication and commitment to fiddle music and keeping fiddle music alive. It's just a brilliant thing, and we're so honored to be able to come up with this and to put it in action and put it in motion, and again just developing and building the next generation of fiddle players, keeping tradition alive.
Talking with Richard Wood, one of our country's finest fiddlers, and a show is coming here to Summerside at Center 150, and it's coming on Friday, June the 6th, with the doors opening at 6:30, the show starting at 7:30, $35 plus tax to get yourself a ticket. It's going to be a great show with all sorts of extras, all sorts of people in the show. Richard, what's the winter been like for you? Been busy? I think we talked here about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. How have things been?
Things have been great. We got through the winter like everybody else, and been away and been home and been away and been home, and kind of off and on. So just gearing up for another very, very busy year basically ahead, and getting the suitcases packed here as we're heading off. Actually, we're performing at the Shetland Folk Festival in Shetland in Scotland, leaving next week, and which is a brilliant festival. So excited to be going back to the UK and finishing up in Portsmouth, in England, down the southern coast, and back from that. And we'll be home for a few days before heading to the Magdalen Islands, and back from that, and then be basically launching right into Fiddle FANDEMONIUM. So basically, over the next little while, it'll be some island hopping from Prince Edward Island to Shetland Island, back to Magdalen Island.
Yeah. You know, Richard, for people that like to see the world, certainly the music, your talent and the music you offer is really a treat. And but it's also something that allows you to see the world. That's got to be kind of something special.
Well, it is. I mean, when you want to talk about a universal language, that is it. Fiddle music, and myself too. It is such a, and I'm sure I've learned this through my life, through whether it be performing on stage or performing at a senior's home, wherever it may be. But it is such happy music, and it's good for the soul. It's amazing what it can do, to bring a smile on people's faces, and in anywheres that you go, and forget about your troubles for a couple of hours to come and see a show or listen to fiddle music. And I've been very blessed, and very honored to be able to act as an ambassador for the island and take this music all over the globe. And in particular, we're heading next week to Shetland. A huge fiddle community there, and with their own style, and which is brilliant. They have an amazing style. And so to be able to bring the music from here, and to which a lot of my music kind of has Scottish and Irish has a lot of that influence and that feel to it, but to go to a place like that and bring the style from this side of the pond, shall we say, to there, and to jam with the fiddle players from Shetland. But yes, on the whole, it's been super proud, and so very honored to be able to take this music all over the globe and present it, and it's a wonderful thing. It truly is a universal language for sure.
Certainly, putting together, packing the suitcase for most of the year and traveling and playing and the like. Summers. It must be kind of cool that summers here on Prince Edward Island. You don't have to do a whole lot of traveling, but there are festivals that you want to be at and want to go to. There's no question about that. But there's so much as well here on PEI. I know you play a lot here on Prince Edward Island during the middle of July through to the middle of October, right? I mean, it's busy here.
It truly is, yeah. PEI, when you look at the size of the island and you look at the summer months that from starting right off with the Small Halls Festival, going right from that right through until Fall Flavors in October, just using that time frame. But my God, it's incredible, the music that we have here on Prince Edward Island, and the talent that we have. It really is quite something, and there's so many ceilidhs and concerts, and between the College of Piping and the Confederation Center and the Harbourfront, and so many brilliant, beautiful venues, and ceilidhs, like I said, in concerts and theater productions. I mean, it really is quite something for such a small province, that we have so much going on. And so yes, it is. I love being home when I'm home, and to be able to get the opportunity to play at home, and through mid-July, like you said, into September, we have the Stanley Bridge concert series that we've been doing for years now, and many others. So always beautiful to be home, and to enjoy being home. And so yeah, not always on the road, but when we are home, it's very, very special, and there's no place like it for sure.
All right, friends, just a reminder now, Richard Wood live is going to be presenting Fiddle FANDEMONIUM 3 here in Summerside on Friday, June the 6th at Center 150. I know many of you have seen it. There'll be lots of people that haven't. So that's coming up on June 6th. It's something you certainly don't want to miss. The doors opening at 6:30. The show time is at 7:30. By the way, Center 150 is located at 150 Industrial Crescent here in Summerside. You can pick up tickets, advance tickets at $35 plus taxes. And you can do that online, or you can give a buzz, 330-3293. But again, just head on over to the website. Normally, that's where you can find most of the information anyway. And there's a couple of things happening here as well, like, you can spend a night at the Quality Inn here in Summerside, pick up a couple of tickets, have supper at the Brothers too, with, just make it a real nice Friday night into Saturday. Richard, I really appreciate you taking the time out to talk to me here this morning. I appreciate Faye putting this interview together and allowing me the opportunity to have a chance to talk with you. Good luck for the summer, but good luck with Fiddle FANDEMONIUM 3. We look forward to that coming back to Summerside.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. We're super pumped for this show. And like I said, always an honor and a pleasure to have a chat with you. And love doing it and can't wait to do it again, Paul.
Okay, man. Enjoy your day.
Yes, you too. Cheers.
So, Richard Wood and the show coming, like I said, here at the 1st of June at Center 150. It should be, the first two have been terrific, and this one will be as well. And I think we'll finish with a little music from Richard. I think this is one of his latest releases that we're going to play for you here to finish up our program on Let's Talk with Paul M. on a Monday morning between 9 and 10 o'clock. We'll be back with more, with a little bit of music. Richard Wood for you, finishing up our program, Let's Talk, here on this Monday morning with Paul M. on SpudFM. Like I said, we can be heard each Monday between